So today we're doing a PM on a forklift to make sure that everything is good and there's nothing failing on the truck or unsafe for operation. We're gonna go through the process of checking everything, lubricating, changing the oil, checking the tires and stuff like that. Well, first things first, check our forks for proper wear. Thickness of the fork should be the same as it is on the back near the heel. So we measure for a 10% wear. Go about 1.5 inches out to make sure it doesn't fall underneath that 10%. Next thing is proper lubrication in the mast. Make sure the chains are running smoothly and everything can freely rotate or slide. Anytime that you're underneath the forks or working inside the mast, you need to properly chain it for safety. So we're using a chain gauge to check for stretch or wear in the chains. There's a special procedure that you use. It's all on the chain gauge. Taking a measurement. Every size chain is different, so you want to make sure that you're reading the gauge properly. Make sure that it doesn't fall down past your stretch mark. Indicates that the chains are good. And I'll get some lube inside the channels. Just a little bit of lube on that inside edge. And we have on the back side here for the mast slides. While we have the mast chained up, we go ahead and check our differential oil. You just pour out or just be even with the threads. Make sure that the lubricating zerks for the mast pivot are properly greased. Just a little bit till you hear or see it come out the side. As I come down, I'm going to lube the chains. You want to get the full face of the chain. It doesn't matter if it's part on the front, part on the back, as long as you're getting the full chain. But first I'm going to take out my safety chain. Just key on. You can lube the chains, start at the bottom here, the base. A little bit goes a long way. If you get too much on there, it can look like a leak. As far as I can reach, and I'll slowly let the mast down. At the same time, while I'm letting the mast down, I'm listening for noises, looking at the hoses, making sure they're actually all turning on the pulleys. Obviously keeping my hands out of anything that's moving. Checking for tightness of the hoses. Looks okay. Start the truck. You tilt it forward. So the mast evenly goes forward, back. That looks okay. Check the side shift. Make sure it properly side shifts. Don't want to have a lot of side to side in the carriage. That looks okay, just a little bit's fine. You can put a little bit of lube on the lower sides of the pads. Make sure that that side shift can side shift when you got a full weight. Also looking at the hoses, make sure there's no cracks, no leaks at the fittings. They're all tight. Careful not to stick your hand into any moving parts. The thing you should always do is drive the machine around a little bit, verify that your brakes are working, that the park brake is holding. Check for sure all of our lights are working. Horn works. Park brake, shouldn't be able to push it up without pushing your button. Now we're going to change the oil. First thing we do is jack the back of the truck up. You never want to go underneath the truck without proper cribbing or blocking. We're going to jack the truck up, get it up just enough so that I can get some grease into the steer axle. That's one thing that we do, is to make sure that there's no load on the bearings so that they take grease properly. There is a flat section under the counterweight here for the jack to properly sit against. If it's a curved counterweight, there's a special adapter that I can show you later. When you're jacking the truck up, you never want to be behind the jack just in case it accidentally slips out on you. Locking underneath the counterweight or near the frame of the truck is fine. Underneath the wheels is okay, but you can't grease then because you're not getting the grease into the proper areas. Let the jack down onto our fitting. I'm going to leave the jack there just in case something happens. So we got all our grease zerks underneath here. We got an upper and lower kingpin, inner and outer tie rods. A little bit of play is okay, up to a 1/2 inch. Check, make sure our wheel bearings are good. Hit these grease zerks. Before I turn the wheel, I go around to the other side and check the more zerk. Get the front axle pivot, repeat on the other side. Wipe off our grease fittings, make sure that there's no grease getting onto the ground so we don't track it around. It doesn't look like there's a leak or a grease leak or something. The next thing we do while we have the truck up in the air is we're going to get underneath there and change the oil. Make sure that your blocking is still okay. The jack is properly installed before you go underneath any forklift. So we got our oil pan here. We're going to go underneath the truck, slide the oil pan under after we loosen our drain plug. Spin it out. While the oil is draining, you can go ahead and loosen the oil filter. If you have the pan over just enough, you can get it to drain right into the pan. Reach down here. Spin it off, let it drain a little bit. Less mess. Carefully take that out, set that aside. So as the oil is draining, we're going to visually look around, see if I see any other leaks, physical hose clamps that are loose, anything that I can see dust collecting on. That usually represents some form of a leak. Check our belt tension for tightness. Can't spin the fan by hand, you're usually good to go. Check our coolant level in the reservoir for the overfill. It's okay. Usually let the oil drain for a minute or two. If there's just a couple of drops coming out, that's okay. You can go ahead and put the drain plug back in. Use your wrench to tighten it up. Take a new oil filter. I'm going to wipe down the base where the old filter screwed onto. One thing you want to verify is make sure that you don't have the old gasket still stuck to the block. Make sure it's still in the old filter so you know you didn't double gasket it. Take a little bit of new oil, just a slight filmer on the filter, so installation doesn't stick on. Hand tight, do not use a wrench to tighten the filter. Up our oil filler cap. Take the dipstick out so that when you're filling it up, it doesn't overflow. Careful not to spill any. Any leaks or messes that you make, you want to wipe up so it doesn't burn on the engine and make a smoke. Install your oil filter and make sure the gasket's still properly seated. We'll check our oil before we even start it. I'm going to go ahead and start it and check for leaks. After I've been underneath the truck and I've verified that there's no additional leaks or any signs of something else leaking or loose or falling off, then you can go ahead and let the truck down. Check it up. Again, standing away from the back of the jack. While you're cribbing. You should let the truck down. Make sure you grab your oil pan out before you let it down. Verify that our battery terminals are tight. So just a little bit of spray protectant on the terminals. That'll keep the corrosion down. Make sure the hold down's there. Now after the engine's sat for a minute, I'll double check my oil level. I'll have the hood open. Pull the floorboard out. Verify my incher, brake pedal, and cables are moving properly. And as you can see, it's right perfect to the top notch. These pins, any little moving part with some lubrication. It all looks okay. Install our floor pan. Make sure the stop of the throttle or accelerator pedal is working. One thing you want to do is take a blowgun. You want to blow out the whole radiator really well, both directions. Make sure that there's nothing blocking it. Dirt, debris, pallet wrap, things like that. Check our seat belt for proper function. The hood latch works. That's just as important as the seatbelt. We're also checking for other safety features like our LP pin for location. Keeps the tank orientated correctly. We verified that the backup alarm was working. The seat switch worked. The lights, the horn. Next thing I usually do is I check the lug nuts. You do all 4 tires, make sure everything's properly seated. You don't have to go forever, just make sure they're nice and tight. The other thing we want to check is our tilt pivots. Make sure that the tilt anchors are tight and our pins are in. We're checking our bolts visually. This one, same on the other side. We're also looking at the overhead guard for any cracks, dents, wear. This one looks really good. Another thing we're going to check is the air filter over there. One thing we do is we put an air filter in when it's needed. Open up the air cleaner housing. It's a good filter. And it's been brand new and changed. We'll leave it alone. Otherwise, we're just going to install a new one. I always date the filter and tell for the date on it and the hours. It's fully seated. We're going to empty the evacuator valve. If there's any debris in there, any dust or debris that gets caught. We're also going to check our hydraulic oil. Open up our breather filler here. Make sure the screen is clean and there's nothing inside there so air can get in and escape. Check our hydraulic oil right to the high mark, perfect. Looks clean. We're doing our walk around this whole time. I'm doing my PM. I'm visually looking for anything broken, bent. One thing you always want to do is get up and look at your top of your mast and make sure your mast slides are in there. That the rollers are properly shimmed. Now that the mast is down, we can get the last little lubrication in the center of the channels. The side thrust pucks, so those don't wear. Also put a little bit on here. And let this forks to slide smoothly when the operator is trying to move. Next thing we're going to do is going to check the spark plug. We're going to pull one plug out and make sure that the wear of it is okay. Disconnect the coil. Loosen our bolt. Pull the coil out. check our plug for wear, contamination, burning any oil, coolant, things like that. Put a little bit of anti-seize on it. And we can check is our PCV valve. You want to tap it around, listen for that loose valve inside there. If it's tapping around like that and you can hear it vibrating, it should be okay. Check the grommet, make sure it's not torn. She operates. Then we're going to operate the machine around. Like I said, run it up and down, left and right, make sure all the proper things working. Our levers are working properly. One thing you want to look at is your cylinders. On the back side of your cylinders, you want to look for oil or debris. That's just a little bit of assembly lube, so that's okay. Look for any leaks like that. Check sure the hoses are tight. So all the while I'm going through my checklists for my work order for each PM to make sure I'm checking off everything on the list and I don't miss anything. I'm going to take my pictures of the truck itself, the hour meter, the data plate, and any concerns that I find, and log that in so that the customer can see that and that they get that on the work order so that a quote or estimate can be performed about what is wrong with the truck. Always look at your data tag, make sure that the operator information is on here, the capacity, the model, serial number, and then the attachment, and that it is legible. And if there was any issues, I'd take pictures of that and put that on the work order as well. Before we return the machine back to the customer, we're going to make sure that everything on it looks okay. I'll talk to the operator or the customer themselves, see if they had any concerns so I can investigate those while I'm working on the lift and make sure that everything is satisfactory to them.